A German soldier picks up an axe and cuts a support beam. The cabin still looks solid, but he had just removed the wood when the accident happened. The beam lost its support and immediately collapsed downward. The German soldier hurriedly picked up a stool and propped up the beam with his hands. Seeing this situation, the British officer also stepped on the stool and supported the beam with his hands. Together, they pushed the beam back into place and began to accuse each other of stupidity. At this point, the German soldier saw the pistol in the British officer's pocket. He grabbed the pistol and took control. The beam began to fall again. The German soldier could only put down his gun and help support the beam again. The two men held on to the beam for an hour. Just when they could not hold on any longer, the German lieutenant who had gone out hunting came back. The crowd rushed to bring a table and put sticks on the beam, and the crisis was finally over. The next moment, both sides drew their guns on each other and demanded that the other hand over their weapons. After a stalemate and in consultation between the officers of the two countries, they came to an agreement. Both sides threw their guns into the snow, returned to the house together, and sat in a row happily eating meat. If there had been no war, they might have become very good friends. At that moment, the wounded German soldier woke up. The lieutenant rushed over to check on him, but as soon as he undid the bandage, a foul odor filled the room. The wounded soldier's hand had rotted and his whole arm was necrotic. To save his life, it had to be amputated. In order to boil water over a fire to sterilize it, they decided to tear up the floor. But underneath the floor, they found a chest. Inside the crate was not only food, but also 4 bottles of vodka. They let the wounded man take a big swig of the spirit, then sang a lullaby and slowly lulled him to sleep. Next, they sterilized the axe with boiling water, laid a white cloth under his palms, and tied his upper arms tightly with rope. The lieutenant raised the axe and prepared to chop. Suddenly, the wounded soldier woke up. Seeing his comrades about to saw off his arm, he struggled desperately. The others could only hold him down and knock him out with a final blow. The lieutenant raised the axe again and decisively chopped off the wounded arm. The amputation was at last successful. After settling the wounded man, the men drank to celebrate. They bragged and danced in the hut. The British officer took out the cigarettes he had treasured for years and handed one to each man. At that moment, the war seemed to disappear.